we're going to empower you in a carry versus carry matchup against a team that we've just seen completely destroy a top side of the map in the Bombers. You know, not transfer any of that agency of carry, not put him on something like an Ornn or something and just say, hey, get to team fighting stage. I think that that's a very courageous call if you're the Isurus Gaming lineup. And my fear is that the hometown heroes in Phong are going to really make Bugax pay for this Rise pick.
And I think it's totally justified after that first game, like you mentioned. But I do like it when coaches and teams are willing to put the faith in their players, when they're willing to double down. But as you said, I think courageous after that first game is the appropriate word.
Because I was talking to Azael about this the other day, actually, and a lot of coaches do just specifically draft the matchup, and they kind of take the player out of it, right? And they say, you know what? The best answer to the Silas is going to be the Rise. It matches it at every stage of the game. There's no real ult impact steal coming through there. Let's give him the matchup. But in saying that, it is almost impossible to not look at the form of it.
Otherwise, it's going to be tough. Seiya, though, needs to back off here.
In some trouble. Might have to burn the flash, actually, Dracos.
Stunner's going to come up in a second. Will get knocked out. Meliodas is here as well. Jungler now coming in. Seiya's so incredibly low, but Audi is on the way in. It might be too little too late. The shield now trying to turn it back to Windmill. Not going to block anything here relevant in the matchup. Null now running. Seiya trying to turn his attention back to Meliodas. Meliodas wants to get something back. The heal now coming in. Corrupting Potion immediately. The Time Warp Tonic heals him up a bit, but still First Blood going through. Audi's going to get turned on, but no, Audi manages to make it out. The slow comes through. Null has to be careful about extending this. The red buff, the double buff's there. Misses the Q. Audi, will he keep going for the play? Conqueror is stacked, and TP now coming mid lane. Null aftershocks, the Bugax gets a bit of damage back, but already forced to burn all the corrupting potions immediately. Bot lane, the big Coral trying to go for a little bit more. War Angelus just deleted slow. Next on the list, the Unbreakable, just too little too late to save the 80 carry. Massive early game performance from bot lane.
And PvP just continue to throw skill checks. You know, top lane will be a freeze here. But to go through this one again, I thought that Seiya was in a little bit of trouble, because look how far Odi is coming away. But Odi does rotate off the camp very, very quickly. Means that Seiya, who is quite tanky at this stage, is able to survive for the longest time. And Odi's damage is very real with Conqueror. Nearly able to pick up the kill on Null. Turns this one around and is eventually able to get it. Very good coordination, I would say, from Isurus Gaming's mid-jungle 2v2. But this is the impressive thing. We said Big Coral and Pallet kind of struggled in game number one. While they're playing the aggressive lane this time around, they turn this and they pick up the kill for themselves.
And you just have to respect the Galio all-in, and it just feels like Isurus thought they had
the thing about Ezreal lanes, right, is they are safe enough as junglers once again me.
Now Audi going to go for the engage onto Meliodas. Meliodas with red buff already taking so much. They're now trying to move in. He's trying to find his way out. Hook will connect. A kill now instantly picked up there. Meliodas a little overconfident in that exchange. Back with the hijack. It's going to be difficult to kill Zeros in the exchange. They do not have a source of damage to reduce the healing. But now they're going to go for the all-in. Meliodas on the way up. Level 5 coming in for the Gragas. Trying to find the Realm Warp. Is the Cataclysm going to come out waiting? Just waits for the lineup. Gets both. Oh, the double drops. It could not be more picture perfect. Just stand in the Realm Warp and line it up for him.
And one more time, the patience out of Zeros to hold the ultimate, because it gets you killed in response. Bugax needs this lane to hit, otherwise it's going to be frozen and he's not going to be able to come back in. But they read the side of the map that they need to go to. Once again, Meliodas key in this play. And Zeros just cleans them up with the dunk.
And you can see it's just not even close. And at this stage of the game, even in the 2v1, it doesn't feel that favored. With the Kingslayer healing so much in extended exchanges with no grievous wounds, it will be difficult. But now Audi going to try to get something from Meliodas. Just the cast going to be used as he tries to extend this one. Meliodas still playing so aggressively despite dying in the 1v1 versus Audi earlier. Knows he has the XP advantage. Zeros is going to try to make it out. Abscond, abduct. Meliodas going over the wall. The guaranteed knockup is there. Audi going to grab another kill, and just so if that one connects, it will be huge. Taunt does connect. It is going to be the knockup immediately. The follow-up Windwalk to come out and block any damage, but isn't really even needed as they manage to grab the double here. Beautifully played. Pallet escaping with just a sliver of life.
Rotation is coming out. Odi as well as Seiya want to continue this play. They need to be able to hit back.
Cataclysm not available. The flashes, though. Flag, drag, flash could secure both of these kills, but they're splitting. They know they can't afford to take both, so both players are pairing off the respective opponents. Null will be the turn and the focus. Creep wave there, not going to be enough. Trying to dash to safety, just buying a bit of time. Double knockup, not going to be enough. That's going to be the Dragon Strike finding the kill.
And you can see that Odi's starting to really scale up into this game. 3-1-1 will go towards the Warrior, even though he's gone Conqueror. Generally, when we see Conqueror Jarvan, I prefer to see Cinderhulk. It's about staying in the fight for longer. But this was a really nice setup play, if a little bit telegraphed. And what we didn't see off screen was that Odi has just altered Zeros and forced him out of the play. That means he can't follow down. So the 2 kills go across. credit to PVB's bottom lane for turning this around, but you can see the response was always going to be here. Saya and Oddie, that dynamic duo, setting the pace for their team. They try and go for both of them, but in the end, they will pick up the one and even out that trade a little bit.
Now, however, for the team, they are grouping up for the big fight. We're not even going to get a break. Replay into the next immediate fight. Meliodas really trying to come over the wall with the flash and steal. Null now on the way in. Gragas cast could be massive for this team. If Isurus Gaming stand together,
Keep the leash.
very quickly could be turned. War Angelus still alive. Cast does land on one. Immediately the follow-up is going to be there. Galio ult as well. Saya just going to get deleted. Major source of damage now taken out of the fight. The retreat comes in. PVB grab the dragon.
And look at where Zeros is playing. He's rotated all the way down, and he's on the blue bar.
Oddie, you are in no man's land. Dashing forward, the stun connects, and Oddie smites for health, but it is not enough. The golem resets. It is injury, or insult to injury.
But because they've already rotated Zeros down, just such a clean play coming out of PVB. And he's still not going top. He's
Rinse
bottom.
and repeat. Zeros can definitely take this one up. They're going to try to get Pallet to tank it right off the bat. War Angelus now running, trying to find his matchup against Vicoro. Not going to be there, though. Taking the kill is Pallet, and two more stack up for PVB.
And, you know, we talk about walkabouts. Well, Zeros hasn't been seen in top lane for, like, the last minute, but still up in CS. Now 4-0-0. You can see Seher and Oddie, they really want to make some plays here.
And just desperate to force, but Null has the respect to back off the tower. Not the same could be said from Isurus. It feels like they just have
Unlock him into a side lane. I think they will start rectifying that. The important thing here... Oh, they go for it.
Oh, cast knocked back. Pallet's there for the follow-up, and they also might get into that side lane a little sooner than we think, as PVB are now putting resources into Null.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I thought they were going to group up and go towards going over to the mid laner of PVB. Meliodas now top.
Continuing the dive trend. Stun will not connect. Zero's going to move and tank the first tower shot. They'll wait for the creep wave to reset. Will they continue the dive, though? Willing to try one more time. Scondiv Duck should be up in a couple of seconds. They are completely unconcerned about this rise. They move forward. Bugak splashes out, but flashes right in to Pallet's knockup. Zeros is going to grab the kill, and Oddie going right in the middle of the team. But it is absolute disaster for Isurus Gaming. They had signs of life in the previous game, but this time around, PvP are not giving them a chance.
They've dominance. They're actually going to teleport back and try and keep this top lane turret alive. There are 3 members here. He should die.
Not all assault is there. Oddie is here as well. Zeros is going to step forward. He's going to grab one. He's going to look to grab another one. That's 2. Zeros, I cannot believe it. Throw the Cataclysm in. Oddie will grab it back. But that was an incredible turn. An unnecessary play, but makes the most of it. Uncomfortable.
Look at
One more
this.
time.
This is the swag Magi as teleport to a creep. Let's see how he goes for it. Steals the Nautilus ult onto the back member, gets a double knock-up, dodges out of the flag and drag, completes the kill before Saya's ult can go across as well. Oddie, pretty fed.
3 people can.
4. There's a Nautilus coming down as well. If he stays at the turret, certainly should fall this time.
All right, he has Abscond, Abduct.
No ultimate.
There's an Ignite here as well, which will stop the healing. They're using it early just to make sure he can't get anything back. He should go down here. Slow going to find the knockup on the ulti. They will be able to grab him nice and clean. 4 members committed. They will lose the tower for it, but they do grab the shutdown.
Yeah.
Has to take a big risk here. Moving down, a bigger fight is now breaking out as you see the top side now trading, but a flashback. He also immediately going in. The Galio follow-up is there. It is a clean combo to catch out the support, and they'll try to continue to extend the play. Null moving forward. One more stack will do it. The stun comes through for Slow. Stay on the top side. Does manage to hook his way out. Protobelt to safety, but I don't think it's going to be enough. They're chasing him down now. Slow just now getting him eliminated. Saya as well.
And finally, it looks like they've been able to shut down the side lanes too.
Bugax is moving down as well. Vision is in the pit for them. They're both pulling forward. They've gotten more access to the pit than initially expected on the opposite side. The Hex flash over the wall. Where are they going to go? Oddie backing off. Bugax immediately deleted. The Jarvan is alive, but Big Koro just cuts him down. No chance. War Angelus a little late on the ulti there and denied in the end by the wind wall.
Dracos. They're decimating Isurus Gaming. You see, it looks like a catch out here. Palace has to burn the flash. Hold that thought.
Well, if Zeros ever gets on top of you, you die. The Magi is gaining its value back once again. and ultimately what we're going to talk about is it felt like they found a fight. They won on the side lane. They thought, hey, without the healthy member of the Silas here, maybe we can come out on top. But a very clutch, very...
The map should be able to kind of stymie some of the bleeding. They want Bugax here. They're in behind him as well.
Backing off. Bugax still take a lot of...
And he was there, then he wasn't.
Kingslayer. Execution damage. Doesn't even get a chance to activate the Archangels there, or the Seraphs rather. I was caught off guard, Spawn. I forgot that Silas was that fed after the 1v1 previously, but now you can see what a massive lead it is, and it is a 12k gold lead. They have a Baron buff. They have the Mountain Drake, the double Infernal, and it is the last dance, it feels like, for Isurus Gaming. Now Saya stepping forward, will hook up the Galio, not the target that he wanted. The strategy. Oh man, the Galio on the front line, but the also in the back of everything is just going to get shut down here. Braum will find that gold. They're now on the retreat from Isurus, but too many members are left standing. Big Koro stepping forward. Isn't going to continue on the calling. War Angelus now on the back foot. Zero stepping forward. Proto Belt in. Is going to get the kill as well. And the PVB are taking everything in this exchange, Vaughn. Hex Flash just for a bit of BM. They are truly feeling themselves, styling for the hometown crowd, giving them a show here as they absolutely dominate. 14K gold lead as they look to close this game out.
Game one, it was the Swag stopwatch. This time around, it's a Swag ulties into the fountain. They look to close this one out in style.
Minions from behind, PVB moving up to potential favorites in this group with a 2-0 start.
The Buffaloes are terrifying. There is no scarier animal in this group right now, and there's a couple of them running around. But the Sharks just weren't any match for them on land, unfortunately. It's funny how that happens.
I can't keep up with the animal metaphors, I'm going to be honest. I was like, all right, I can try, but you nailed it. And it's true. Phong Vu Buffalo look absolutely untouchable today. Now, we will see them up against Fenerbahce later today. Maybe Fenerbahce will also be 2-0, depending on their the results of their match versus the Bombers in our next game. But you can hear the crowd cheer.